Hey, thanks for tuning into the Acting Career Expert Studio. My name is Dan Warner. Today we're going to be talking about television and film terminology you should know. These are terms that are thrown around on the set. They're terms that you should know. If you're on the set and you know these terms, you're going to look like a professional. If you don't know these terms, they're going to know you're new. And if they know you're new and they didn't know before, the chances of them hiring you back are less. Not that they wouldn't. It's just less. So, listen, the more you know, the smarter you appear, the more professional you appear. And if you look like you've been there before and you know exactly what they're talking about, you're going to look good, and they're probably going to hire you back if there's ever a shot of you being hired back for that project. If you continue to ask people questions about terms or where you should go or what you should do, they're going to go, oh, this person doesn't know what's going on. And so, again, the hiring back will be a little more difficult. Before we get started, I want to say that I am doing private coaching. You can go to the Acting Career Expert Studio website, and I do private coaching there. Also, there is links below if you are looking for an agent. I have a fantastic PDF that is an introduction letter to an agent. And so it's really great. If you need an agent and you want to be introduced in a proper way and you need a great format for a letter that won't get thrown right into the recycle bin, that's the one. It was written by myself and an agent who has been in Hollywood for over 40 years, and he's helped over 400 people, actors, get into the Screen Actors Guild. So that link is below the how to get an agent link. And the private coaching, and what else? Like and share this video if you get some value out of it. Let's get to the terms. The first term that we are going to talk about, it's very interesting. And for those of you who don't know who Mickey Rooney is, he was an old-time actor. He died, I think, in 2014, I believe. And he was a small guy, a short gentleman. And apparently, this is a rumor, but I tend to think that rumors like this have some validity only because they wouldn't name a term after him if it wasn't sort of common knowledge on the set. Mickey Rooney was a short man, and apparently he was not very kind to the ladies and was a bit of a hound dog. And so there's a term called the Mickey Rooney, and it's referring to a camera move or maneuver or a shot, as they call it, and it's it's a slow creep. That is a Mickey Rooney shot, a slow creep. And you will see here, here's a clip. I was just on the set doing a TV show. It was so funny because I knew I was going to do this terminology video, and I knew Mickey Rooney was going to be one of the terms that I was going to be covering. And just as I round the corner, and I was not in this scene, I look and there's some tracks, and tracks are what the dolly is on, and the dolly is where the camera sits. And the dolly's on the tracks, and they're doing a Mickey Rooney shot as I'm standing there. So I pulled out my phone and got this clip, and I thought, oh, this is going to be perfect. I'm going to show this. I did this literally 2 or 3 days ago. So that's what it is. As you see in the clip, it is a slow creep, which means the dolly just goes forward ever so slightly, and it's just this slow sort of panning move. But slow creep. The Mickey Rooney. So if you're on the set and you're an actor on the set and they go, okay, on your marks, here's what we're going to do, blah, blah, blah. And if you hear the director say, okay, we're going to do a Mickey Rooney on this one, who she's talking to is not you. She's going to be talking to the DP, the director of photography, or the cinematographer, or the camera guy who's moving the dolly. The cinematographer's looking through the lens. The cameraman is going to be moving the dolly. So she's going to be talking, or he's going to be talking to the camera people, but that way you at least know what that shot is. When you say Mickey Rooney, you don't know. You don't say, oh gosh, what is a Mickey Rooney? And so let's say they're doing a Mickey Rooney shot, and you know they're doing a Mickey Rooney shot, and you give what you think is a stellar performance in your scene. And they go, cut, okay, back to one, let's do it again. A lot of times an actor will hear that. They'll hear back to one, which means go back to the mark that you started on. I think I have that on one of my terminology videos, back to one. So they'll say back to one, and so, okay, let's do it again. Sometimes a lot of actors will think, oh gosh, I screwed this up. What other reason would they have to do it again? If I didn't do it right, that's why they're doing it again. Not always true. Probably over half the time that they reset and do another shot is because the camera movement was not correct. So you could have given a brilliant performance, but they're doing a Mickey Rooney, and they didn't start early enough. You're supposed to be coming down the stairs, and they're going to pan, this way so that they catch you. And they panned too late, and they missed you. Or they panned too early, and they passed you. So the camera movement on the dolly sometimes is the reason why you do things over and over and over again. And it's difficult when you have an emotional scene where you have to cry or you have to be angry, or it's a scene that's going to require a lot of emotion. It can be tricky, man, if there's a lot of emotion and there's a camera movement that goes along with that. So yeah, you don't beat yourself up if they're doing it over and over and over again. A lot of times it's the camera guy who's not doing the dolly right, or the camera move, or whatever the case may be. So Mickey Rooney is a short creep. I love it. All right. So that's the first one. Okay, the second term we're going to be talking about is called a dirty over, and that is also another shot or camera setup, and that is, I'll show you a clip here. I was doing a scene in Aquarius opposite David Duchovny, and you can see that they did a lot of dirty overs, and a dirty over is just over a shoulder onto the other actor, or just past your head, or just past something that's in the foreground. So if something's in the foreground and they're shooting here, this part's going to be seen by part of the camera, as you can see in this clip here. And they did a bunch of dirty overs, back and forth and back and forth. Sometimes it's my arm, sometimes it's my head, sometimes it's his head, it's out of focus. And so the dirty over is usually the object that they're shooting over. Like if they're shooting over my shoulder, this is going to be out of focus, and they're focusing in on the actor over my shoulder. So that's called a dirty over. And it's usually over a shoulder, over a head, could be behind a desk, could be anything. But if you say, okay, we're going to do a dirty over on this, it means that only part of your face is going to be shown. Or if your face is shown, part of the frame is going to have something in the foreground that's blurred or out of focus. And so, yeah, it's a good term to know, dirty over. I always like that as a shot. I always think it's an interesting shot. It gives it sort of a voyeuristic kind of feel, like you're not supposed to be there. But yeah, I love the dirty over. I took a filmmaking class, and that was one of my favorite shots that they taught us, the dirty over. So I like it. It's used a ton. Sometimes it's overused, but if done properly, fantastic shot. Makes it a little more realistic, and again, a little voyeuristic. So dirty over. Okay, this next term is called soundstage. And a soundstage, if they say, oh, we're going to do this on a soundstage is a soundproof building. It's a gigantic building. They range anywhere from 2,000, the small one is 2,000 square feet, is a small, very small soundstage, up to 40 or 50,000 square feet. So it looks like an airplane hangar. It's this gigantic building, and they're usually on studio lots NBC, CBS, Fox, Warner Brothers, all of them have sound stages. And you'll go to stage 32 or stage 18. And if they say stage, that's what that means. It's a giant sound stage. Outside the sound stage is a door that you're supposed to go through. And there's only a few doors that you're supposed to be going through. And there's usually a sign on the sound stage that says filming in progress. Now, above that door is usually a light, like the old-time police lights that were on top of the police cars. So it looks like a police light, and it's usually covered in a cage so no one breaks it. But it's a light that flashes, and if that light is flashing, do not enter the soundstage. That means they're filming. So it says do not enter when filming. If the light is stopped and the light is not on, you can go in. There's usually almost 100% of the time there's two doors. So you open a door and then you're in another room, and then you open the other door and then you're in the sound stage. That will prevent somebody opening the door and letting light in, letting sound in, or any of those things. So that when that door shuts, the other door you can open. So it gives an added buffer on the sound stage. And so never go into a sound stage when the light is flashing. Soundstage is excellent. Yeah. Okay, so those are your TV and film terminology definitions, explanations of the day. If you like this video, hit the like button. If you got anything out of it at all, if you've not subscribed to my channel, please do so. It helps me, and it's a wonderful feeling when people subscribe and they learn all kinds of great stuff, because I'm here every week giving you loads of fantastical information about acting, everything acting. And so, yeah, you should absolutely subscribe. If you have any questions about this terminology or comments, leave them in the questions and comments section down below. And now I will tell you that, and don't forget, I do coaching. I do private coaching. Did I mention private coaching? Like, I will get on a Zoom with you and coach you through auditions or give you career advice or any of the other number of things I've learned over the last 2 decades of my illustrious career. And now I'm going to do what I've been promising for 3 weeks. I know. We're going to be playing Who Said That? So I give you a line, a famous line, or a line from a movie. You tell me the name of the movie. You tell me the name of the character and the name of the actor who said it. All right. So here we go. Are you ready? Who said this? The greatest trick the devil ever played was convincing everyone he didn't exist. Who said that? Come on, you got to know. It's a pretty great movie. All right. Tell me who said that in the questions and comments below, and you'll win a free car and a trip to Hawaii and a yacht if you know all 3 of those things. I'll just send it to your house. All that. Or maybe a big sack of money. All right. See you next week.